You never saw it coming, even though it was there all along. Now, the truth has hit like a wave, and we've both been swept away by its force, too far gone to find our way back. I thought you'd eventually catch on, but you remained so blind to what was unfolding. Now the pieces of us have scattered, and I don't know if they can ever be found again. You didn't see the storm brewing, the way it slowly gathered strength between us, and now that it's hit, we're both standing here in the wreckage, too late to stop the destruction. I can't believe how easily you missed it. Everything was right there in front of you, and now we're staring at the aftermath, knowing that it's too late to change the ending. You chose to ignore the tension building between us, thinking it would just go away. But it didn't, and now we're on opposite sides of a chasm too wide to cross. I kept waiting for you to wake up and see what was happening, to recognize the cliff we were headed for. But now we've already fallen, and there's no climbing back up. You didn't notice the walls closing in, the way everything around us was shrinking. And now there's no more room for us to breathe, no space left for what we once had. I thought you'd sense the shift, that you'd realize things were breaking down before it was too late. But now the cracks have turned into deep divides, and there's no way to bridge them. It was all so clear to me, but you kept looking the other way. Now, the chance to fix it has passed, and we're left with nothing but the pieces of what could have been. You didn't see it coming, but I did. Every step we took led us closer to this moment, and now we're standing in the ruins of something we thought was unbreakable. I thought you'd feel the change in the air, the weight of everything we left unsaid. But you didn't, and now the silence between us is deafening. You ignored every red flag, every warning I tried to give you. Now we're standing on opposite sides of a canyon too deep to cross, with nothing left to say. I kept hoping you'd wake up, that you'd see the writing on the wall before it was too late. But now, the words have faded, and there's nothing left to read. You were so focused on the present that you didn't notice the future slipping away. Now, the road we're on leads to a place where neither of us belongs. I thought you'd notice before it was too late, that you'd understand what was happening. But now, we're both left with nothing but the echoes of what we could have been. You didn't see it, even though it was right there all along. Now, the moment to make things right has passed, and we're standing in the shadows of what's been lost. I thought you'd feel it, the slow unraveling of everything we built. But now, it's too late, and the fabric of our connection has completely frayed. I kept waiting for you to see the truth, to understand the consequences of ignoring it. But now, the truth has arrived, and it's far too late to change anything. You didn't notice the small shifts, the tiny cracks in what we had. And now, those cracks have grown into deep fissures, too wide to ever be repaired. I gave you so many chances to see what was happening, but you kept looking the other way. Now, the consequences are here, and there's no way to undo them. You missed it all, every clue that things were falling apart. Now, we're standing in the wreckage of something that could have been so beautiful. I kept thinking you'd wake up, that you'd see where we were headed before it was too late. But now, the moment has passed, and we're left with nothing but regret. You didn't see it coming, but I did. Every conversation, every moment of silence led us here, and now we've reached the point of no return. I thought you'd feel the shift, that you'd sense what was happening. But now, it's too late, and the weight of everything we've lost is crushing. You ignored the signs, every single one. Now, we're standing in the aftermath, wondering how it all fell apart so quickly. I kept hoping you'd understand before it was too late, that you'd realize what was slipping away. But now, the chance to save it has passed, and we're left with nothing but broken memories. You didn't notice the slow unraveling, the way things were quietly falling apart. Now, we're standing on opposite sides of something we can never fix. I can't believe you didn't see this coming. Everything was so obvious, but now it's too late, and we've both lost more than we can comprehend. You missed every sign, every chance to turn things around. Now, the time for saving what we had is gone, and all that's left is the aftermath. I thought you'd feel it, that you'd realize the cracks forming between us. But now, the space between those cracks has grown too wide to bridge. I always hoped you'd understand the signs, that you'd see the truth right in front of you. But now it's too late, and there's no going back. The distance between us has become an endless void. You were blind to everything I showed you, everything I said. I thought you'd see it, feel it, but now it's all slipping away like sand through my fingers. The door has closed. There were moments I practically screamed my heart at you, waiting for you to recognize it. But you never did, and now we're standing at the edge of something that's already fallen apart. I can't believe you missed the signals, the countless times I tried to steer us away from this moment. But now, the damage is done, and we're left in a storm of consequences. You never saw it coming, did you? I gave you everything to see, but your heart refused to understand. Now the weight of what we've lost is too much for either of us to carry. I tried to warn you with every glance, with every pause in conversation, hoping you'd see what was unfolding. But now it's too late, and we're both paying the price. You ignored all the signs, pretending as if everything was fine. I was waiting for you to wake up, but now I can no longer stand by. The moment has passed, and so have we. I thought you would catch on before the walls came crashing down. I thought you'd feel the shift, the quiet chaos brewing between us. Now, all that remains is silence. I waited and waited for you to understand, to acknowledge the truth that was staring you in the face. But you chose not to see it, and now there's no turning back. You had every opportunity to make things right, to see what was coming. But your blindness led us to this breaking point, and now it's too late for second chances. I whispered my fears into the night, hoping you'd hear them in the spaces between us, but you never did, and now those whispers have turned into the loud roar of goodbye. I can't believe you didn't see this coming. Everything was laid bare, but you kept turning a blind eye. Now we've crossed the line of no return, and it's too late to mend what's broken. There was a time when I believed you'd come around, that you'd realize the path we were headed down. But you didn't, and now the distance between us is insurmountable. It wasn't supposed to end this way, but your refusal to see the truth, to acknowledge what was happening, has led us here. And now it's far too late to change anything. The signs were all there, clear as day, but you were too wrapped up in your own world to notice. Now, the world we built together is crumbling, and there's no way to stop it. I tried so hard to make you understand, to show you what was at stake, but you didn't listen. Now, The silence between us speaks louder than any words ever could. I can't believe you missed it. All the moments we could have saved this, but you let them slip away, and now we've lost more than just time. We've lost everything. Every time I tried to reach you, you turned away. I thought you'd eventually realize what was happening, but you never did, and now it's far too late. I laid everything out in front of you, hoping you'd see what was coming, that you'd understand. But now, here we are, standing in the ruins of what could have been. You were so caught up in the present that you didn't see the future unraveling before your eyes. Now, we're standing on the edge, and the fall is inevitable. I gave you every chance to change things, to turn this around, but you chose not to, and now the door has closed. It's too late to fix what's broken. The truth was right there, staring you in the face, but you refused to see it, and now it's too late for apologies, too late for regret. We've crossed the point of no return. I thought you would feel the shift, that you'd see what was happening before it was too late. But now, the chance to make things right has slipped through our fingers. You ignored every warning, every sign. I tried so hard to make you understand, but now the moment has passed, and there's no going back to what we once had. I can't believe you didn't see this coming. All the pieces were there, and you refused to put them together. Now, the puzzle is shattered, and so are we. I waited for you to see it, to understand where we were headed, but you never did. Now, we're standing in the aftermath of what could have been, and it's too late to change the course. There were so many times I thought you'd realize the truth, that you'd finally see what was happening. But now, it's too late, and the truth is too heavy to bear. You turned a blind eye to everything that mattered, and now all we're left with is regret. I can't believe you didn't see this coming, but now it's far too late. I gave you every sign, every warning, but you refused to listen. Now, we're standing at the crossroads, and the path we're on leads us away from each other forever.